Nothing's going to happen. We have to do it. Black people have been shouldering this burden for 400 years. The only reason this nation has made the progress it has is because of the persistence and patience and effort of Black people.
San Antonio Spurs head coach Gregg Popovich.
They love African American people. They love Black people. MAGA loves Black people.
The President of the United States.
The history of our nation from the very beginning, in many ways, was a lie.
They're trying to take away our culture. They're trying to take away our history.
It's got to be us, in my opinion, that speak truth to power, that call it out no matter what the consequences.
Then I will deploy the United States military and quickly solve the problem for them.
He called the protesters and looters thugs and threatened to send in the National Guard to get the job done right.
Gregg Popovich is a veteran of the Air Force and in the GOAT conversation of best coaches in the NBA's 71-year history. The only reason this nation has made the progress it has is because of the persistence and patience and effort of the Black people. So it's got to be white people, in my opinion, that speak truth to power and call racism out no matter what the consequences. We have to speak, we have to not let anything go. As Rihanna once said.
How many of us in this room have colleagues and partners and friends from other races, sexes, religions? They want to break bread with you, right? They like you? Well then, this is their problem too.
Popovich is leading by example, unlike...
Bing, bing, bong, bong, bing, bing, bing.
He called George Floyd's murder a modern-day lynching, which reminds me...
I asked my colleagues to stop wasting money in this time of crisis.
Senator Rand Paul from Kentucky is a MAGA guy. When it came to an anti-lynching bill known as the Emmett Till Anti-Lynching Act, which passed in the House 410-4 and gained support of 99 senators, Senator Paul continued to block it from becoming law.
To suggest that lynching would only be a lynching if someone's heart was pulled out and produced and displayed to someone else is ridiculous.
To which co-author of the bill, Senator Kamala Harris, disputed. Rand Paul does not hear Gregg Popovich. I think I'm just embarrassed as a white person to know that that can happen, to actually watch a lynching, an emotional Popovich said.
To me, it's like the gun arguments. What's it going to take? 2 more Black people with knees in their necks? I don't think so.
It's going to take the realization, as Pop said, that we were lied to as white people and the systemic racism that was put in place to advance Caucasians. Historian Carter G. Woodson wrote in a 1932 editorial that full recognition of the broad contributions of African Americans was essential to dispelling the misrepresentations that sustained the idea that only white people could bear the benefits and burdens of citizenship. Popovich's words, Rihanna's speech, all constant reminders. Racism is no different from any other chronic problem. It recurs as long as it goes unchecked. Black people, for the most part, are powerless to stop racism. If we could, we would have done it a long time ago, wrote Darlene Glanton.
It's easy for people to let things go because it doesn't involve them.
America cannot rid itself of this curse unless white people accept responsibility for it.
Our country is in trouble. And the basic reason is race.
Public Enemy said it takes a nation of millions to hold us back. If we don't band together and admit,
because you were born white, you have advantages that are systemically, culturally, psychologically there.
Nothing will change. We must be in this together. Recognize how people who look like me benefited from the ingraining of racism and make a diverse, inclusive revision.
So when we're marching and protesting and posting about the Michael Brown Jr.'s and the Tatiana Jeffersons of the world, tell your friends to pull up.
If you'd like to hear more thought-provoking content like TYT Sports on Facebook and to help in my journey to keep media independent, go to tyt.com/Rick.